Oh, I just noticed I was auto-deleting. Whoops. We'll get started in just a couple minutes here. We're just doing Super Mario Bros. Eruptions. Currently I'm using a method to stream also to YouTube, while I'm also doing Twitch at the same time. I'm trying to figure out how messaging would work though. I think I'm going to need to incorporate messaging a little bit differently how I have been doing it. But we'll see. I'm just going to play around with it for a couple minutes here. Ignore the messages in chat. Oh, I have an idea, which I didn't think about. Ooh. Okay, it will take me another minute here though. I already have an on-screen chat box that I use, and I can just go ahead and point the URL that the chat box is reading to restream instead, which I'm going to do real quick. Okay, this might be more trouble than it's worth. And we're already long way in here. 6 minutes in. Alright, we are not going to bother with that. If you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, I'm sorry for the time being I'm not going to watch YouTube, but in the future I'm going to get this solved. I'm just going to stick with Twitch chat for the time being though, because that's much easier for me to view. What else? We're streaming YouTube, which is new and exciting. Is there anything else I gotta do? I think I'm all set. Oh, I gotta organize my screen, that's what I gotta do. Working on a laptop isn't fantastic. Back home I have 5 or 6 monitors, which are all very useful in their own sense, in their own way. Alright, I think we're about ready. Take off intermission. And I've reorganized the window layout a little bit, just because I hated switching between the glitch harvester and the real-time corruptor, which hopefully having both these windows, even though they're a little squished together, should work alright. I've only covered information I don't think it's exactly necessary to look at. And one last thing, let me get a cup of water. I'll be right back. Alright, there we go. Helps soothe my throat a little bit. Oh, we're not gonna play this song. Alright, and we're doing, again, Super Mario Bros Deluxe corruptions, and we're creating a stockpile for those corruptions. I probably should have specified that. So, Game Boy Color, and there's a couple of different versions of Super Mario. I probably should have specified that as well. That's alright. Oh, search doesn't want to work right now. Alright, I gotta search for it manually. So there's a couple revisions. So revision A, revision B, I'm assuming the original release of Super Mario Bros. And the Japanese version. So I'm going with, I either go with revision B, which is I think the most recent, or with the original. I'm guessing the original is probably the best bet, so we're gonna go with that. Does that look right? It's a little stretched. I think you should be right though. Ooh, and I forgot a controller, that's what I'm gonna need. There we go. Okay, and just make sure it works alright. Let's go and play a quick level of the original. I'm noticing a little bit of FPS issues. I'm gonna pause the preview that I'm currently using, because I don't need that up. Oop, and it got louder. And let me adjust one last thing for BizHawk. It's looking a little too much stretched, so I'm gonna knock that down. Yeah, that looks alright, right? Yeah, we'll call it good. Okay, perfect. Still, I'm actually having a little bit of lag, so let me edit my display. And we're gonna try OpenGL. Okay, it looks great. Now I'm happy with the results on that. So, what we're gonna do we want to start here? No, we want to start on the original level. I'm gonna reset the ROM. So I'm gonna do original, and I'm gonna create a save state here within the glitch harvester. So I'm gonna select state 1 and hit save. So now we can reload this save state. Oop. Oh, that's odd. Odd error message from real-time crafter. I gotta select the right ROM. Okay, now that works properly. So now we can load this ROM, and what we're going to do is we're going to try a couple different corruptions, but since I don't know specifically what kind of corruptions work on this ROM quite yet, I'm going to do a little bit of testing to see what we can mess with, what breaks a game, what crashes it. We're going to do that within the real-time corruptor up here. So we're going to first just look at the memory domains that we have to work with. There's the VRAM, the cartridge RAM, we have the object file, HRAM, and WRAM. Now most of these things you can kind of guess what they are, like VRAM is probably video RAM, cart RAM is cartridge. So we'll mess with those a little bit. I want to first take a look at WRAM because I'm not entirely sure what that is off the bat. And I'm just going to see if I can manually corrupt it a couple times, see if we see any results. This is at a fairly low corruption intensity, so perhaps we won't see anything right away. And I'm just manually hitting this corrupt button. I'm not really noticing anything too big. So from here, since we want to see some bigger corruptions, we can either increase the intensity for a much bigger corruption and hit it a little bit less often, or we can auto-corrupt for a certain amount over time. And what I like to do when I first start off is just to do the auto-corrupt, so we're going to start auto-corrupting and see if we notice anything as we run along. And yeah, so we're already starting to see some stuff. Mario's invincible, the music's getting a little bit messed up, the level design's getting messed up, and he just went behind the background there. That's actually a good one. There's layers to it. He's going behind all these, look at that! New layers. It is still corrupting while I'm running along, so we're gonna progressively get more and more problems as we go through this. God, what is this place anymore? Is that... Oh, that was the hammer! We won! I wonder if that actually... No, it doesn't. Okay, I was gonna say. And we got our first crash. So that took a little bit of time, but it was a very low intensity, as expected. So what we're going to do is we're going to load the save state that I forgot to create in the BizHog Corruptor, which I'm going to create now. In the BizHog emulator window, I should say. And I'm going to try a higher intensity corruption of, let's say, 800. Just with the manual blast. So I want to see, this is what we're going to use with the glitch harvester. It's just one blast of corruption and see those results. Those results later you could play just normally. You don't have to worry about corrupting over time because some people don't want to corrupt over time, so that's why they wouldn't install the real-time corruptor and run it over time. That'll look amazing. But, anyways, manual blast. And I'm just going to hit it once. We already noticed the music is messed up. We see some screen tearing. Even the level design's messed up at this point. So even an intensity of 800, which I would consider fairly low, is a lot for this this game because it is, a little bit older. What we can do from this point is we can try to see if we get some interesting corruptions just with this 800 intensity. We can increase that 800 intensity to various other amounts. We can go higher or lower. We can do a lot of stuff from here. We can also try changing engines, different memory pools. But for the time being, I'm enjoying just messing with WRAM, and I'd like to do a higher intensity and actually move over to the glitch harvester. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna load up our original save, and we're gonna move back to the glitch harvester down here. And we have our 800 intensity already selected, but I want to move that to a higher intensity, so we're gonna bring that up to about 2000. And every time we hit blast send here, we're going to create a new save state. And if we like that save state, we can throw it into a stockpile. And if we don't like that save state, then we can just ignore it and delete it a little bit later on. So I'm going to hit blast send to see our first save state. Oh, that's silly. Bizlock. Alright, just a moment here behind the scenes. I need to do a couple things. Unfortunately, the glitch harvester doesn't like it when a ROM is inside a zip file, whereas BizHawk doesn't mind, so a little bit of problem there. That's alright, I just need to extract it. Just to make sure everything matches up properly, I'm gonna load up BizHawk with the proper corruption. Or I'm sorry, with the proper file that I just unzipped. So let's give that a go. What did I name it? Mario corruptions. Okay, so that's loaded properly. And the save state we actually created should still work alright. And it does, perfectly. And now when we blast send, we will need to... Oh, I gotta close down the glitch harvester. And reset it. No, it won't let me do that either. Unfortunately, I gotta close down both BizHawk, RTC, and the glitch harvester just to start fresh. So we're gonna do that. Just to completely wipe off the stream. Let's see. And I just gotta redirect where these are pointing. Great. Okay, now we're all set. So, we're gonna load up the corruption once again, or I should say the ROM. Let's create a new save state, which we're gonna do. So we're gonna just start up here. Okay. We're gonna change this to be saving a new save state. We're gonna select one, and we're gonna hit save. Great, and now we can load that properly. And again, we're gonna move the intensity up to 2000, and all of our remaining settings are still set. We're gonna unselect all these because we just don't want to mess with the WRAM. And if we blast and send this data, we should now hopefully properly corrupt. Perfect. So we already have a little bit of a music corruption here. Not a whole lot going on. Oh, that's gonna be annoying every time. Not a whole lot going on in terms of actual gameplay because we die instantly there. Can we mess around? Yeah, nothing too much that catches the eye other than the sound. So we're gonna blast again. That didn't work properly. Oh, okay, reset it, that's why. So that also doesn't work. This one works. Nothing too much there. Nothing there. Oh, that almost sounded actually really good, except for when you hit a brick, it reset the audio file. Oh no, it just doesn't last very long either. Otherwise, I love how that sounds. I'm gonna try blasting again. Well, this isn't an amazing and ideal corruption. This is good enough. I'm gonna save with this one. We have to give a name for it, which you can't see, but I can see it. And I'm gonna call this, like, Blitting Dilemma, because it's having trouble blitting things in front of it. And you can see immediately here, we have the Blitting Dilemma highlighted, and if we want, we can add notes, which you can't see at the moment, but, I don't know, we'll say, first corruption of pack. Just I don't know if someone wants to know that, or if they want, you know, instructions on how to use the corruption, that would be listed there. And that's it. And then we can now blast more data. And that one froze it, so we'll blast more. I don't think I paused it. Oh, I did. Whoops. So this is always going to result in some mess up levels and maybe some messed up music. I want to see some more, so I'm going to try increasing that intensity even more. We're going to bring it up to 3000. I'm also going to clear my history because that's getting a little bit long. And now we can expect a lot more crashes, but when it doesn't crash, we can expect some interesting results. Like there's a Mario Luigi. A mixture of both. When you hit this, enemies appear, alright. I'm pretty sure that says hell, but it's cut off. Oh no, you're invincible, Luigi. Zozo. Alright, so I like this one a lot, so definitely I would want to save this one. The hardest part of this is probably coming up with interesting names that would actually describe what you're looking at. For this one, I don't even know where to begin. It's helpful when chat has someone there helping you out. What was that? Oh, it's a star. We can call this something like Luigi ate the wrong mushroom. Yeah. Alright, let's blast more data. It's always the funniest thing when I actually see this screen, because I'm wondering what possibly, first of all, triggered this. Like, maybe it's something in memory that was like, if this data was read incorrectly or read in incorrectly, then they're probably not playing on a Game Boy, so throw this error message up. And you usually never see these error messages, because you're usually playing the, the cartridge on the correct console. So it's fun to see them. You know they exist. Nothing too eye-catching there. Not much there either. At this point, I think I'm also looking for... Ooh. That one was almost... The cloud is very interesting, but I think... Unfortunately, you can't move around too much. Oh, wow. You know what? This one is kind of... Man, if I can control it properly. I kind of like this one. It has an odd look to it. We can call this like Mario on Cloud 9. Not the best corruptions, but something to fill the stockpile with. Oh, now we're Luigi. This is, I think, the same corruption. But all the Goombas are replaced with these guys. Is that really all this is? Also, there's a look up button? Man, I haven't played this one in forever. Speed Goomba. Alright, we're gonna move on. Also, I'm gonna make a note, because I'm pretty sure this is still the same one. Interesting results with Goombas after death. Just so they know, like, maybe you should try dying and checking out what happens afterwards, because that was kind of funny, just the Goombas. And I want to verify that, so I'm going to just run the corruption again by clicking out here in the stockpile, dying real quick. If I can die. So we actually are in one of Bowser's castles. Can we die? Can't die? Alright, let's try again. Well, eventually we'll just fall off the edge. There we go. Yeah, here it resets, and... Yep, alright, cool. Still working alright. Let's pass more data. Crash. Cartridge. Game Boy. You already got one kind of like this. I don't think I'm gonna... Even though it is messed up, I don't think I'm gonna do this again. Crash. On Cloud 9 again. Nothing. Not a whole lot going on here. And most of these just look like bad Mario Maker levels, so you gotta have something interesting there. Sounds like the conductor just lost it. Well, I would like to up the intensity. We're crashing quite a lot, so... Oh, what was that? I do want more interesting results, but... it's unfortunate if you have to hit the button 20 times before you actually get a result, so... I'm gonna refrain from doing that at the moment. However, what I am gonna do, if we go back up to the real-time corruptor, is you get to select 3 different blast types. Either you're manipulating data just randomly and entering in random values, so, the value is 7, you just throw an 8 in there, or a 10, whatever. There's also a value called tilt, or a blast type called tilt, where you find a value and you either increment or decrement it based on some random rule that you decide on. I'm not sure the real-time corruptor how it doesn't, but it does. And then there's also a mixture of the two, where there's a random tilt, so it increments and decrements a value, or it writes a random value to it. I just want to see what happens when we tilt the value, so we're going to try that, and we're going to do some manual blasts with that. And immediately you can see you have different types of corruptions from that. Like a messed up camera, even worse messed up song. Lots of messed up bricks, Jesus. Oh, that was almost great. Mario could, for a second, only move if he jumped. Not much here, though. We're gonna do it again. Increment. Lots of crashes. Since we are having a little bit more luck with these in terms of crashes, I'm going to up the intensity to 5,000. See if that's alright. Oh, is Mario just sliding? Alright. Nothing much there. Crash. Sounds like the composer took speed. I don't even know what this mess is. Jesus. What was that monolith that they had in that movie with the apes and it like appeared in the middle of their island and taught them? I don't even remember this. Apes and monolith movie. Monolith appears. On a man? From Space Odyssey? Ooh. The Bizok, or the emulator's messing around as I type stuff into Google. So accepting background input. Let's call that last one this one. I don't know, something like Mario Monolith. Yeah. And then maybe make a note that it doesn't actually do anything. Doesn't actually do anything, randomly shifts, graphic texture in brick. Why not? Okay, we're good to go for that. Let's blast more data. Now I gotta open Twitch again. Alright, here we go. Did I pause it? I think I did. I did. We're getting lots of crashes here and there. Lots and lots of crashes. Look at this. Alright, we might dial down the intensity since everything is crashing there. Let's bring it down to a very low number just to see some minimal corruptions. Bring it down to 100 and see if we notice anything. Nothing big. Some odd functions here and there. Oh, that's not supposed to happen. Oh well. Not getting too much interesting things with that, so we'll bring the intensity back up to 2000. I'd like to try random tilt now, just to combine the two different blast types together, and we'll blast some more data. Alright, and since I crashed, I'm going to clear my history and blast more data. Alright, we'll blast some more. I like this, I had this happen earlier. Shoot, where Mario goes behind the hills, but we're gonna leave it until we find a better version of that corruption. Let me go back to that. Alright, nothing too much there. Nothing too much there. Blasting some more data. And in just a moment here, how do we go with that again? We're going to try switching up which memory pools we select, which I think I'm going to do actually now. So load up our perfect corruption, our perfect save state, which is here. And we're going to start messing with these other domains up here at the top. Next we're going to mess with the video RAM, which, you know, I might not create any save states for this because usually you don't get too many interesting effects. All you're going to get is some visual mess-ups like this, where just stuff gets progressively more and more messed up. But it's not actually changing the functionality of the game at all, which is usually where the interesting stuff starts happening. If you specifically wanted to make a game look all messed up like this and torn, you could add the VRAM corruptions after the fact, and they usually look about the same. You're not going to get very much variation here. Yeah, just kind of looks like chicken scratch, clown vomit. And usually whenever you change the screen, like now we're at World 1-2, it completely wipes it clean, so you don't have to, or I should say the corruption doesn't last like the other ones do. Nonetheless, it can be fun to look at. But we won't be doing that, so I usually leave VRAM unselected, which we're going to do for this. Next up, I'm going to hit auto-select domains to double-check which domains are actually safe to tap into and not mess with. Of course, we don't want to damage the ROM, because if we do, and we try to reload that ROM will not be damaged and we can't load it anymore, so we have to find another copy, or however we may do that. And we also don't want to mess with system bus. Why, I'm not entirely sure. It's going to corrupt something I don't want to corrupt, so we're not going to mess with that either. But next I'm going to mess with OAM, which I believe are the object files within the game. I need to get specific on that and what it means. Usually this just results in flickering like it is now. I don't exactly know why though. While I usually find this doesn't have very many lasting effects, like right now nothing's actually lasting, it's just a quick flicker. It can be interesting with auto corruptions, so kill these guys. If I run the corruptor automatically and just stop manually blasting it, you'll see some flickers here and there as the objects of the game, like the mushroom or Mario, gets messed up. But as soon as we stop that auto corruption, it all goes back to normal, so it's not too interesting, at least for our purposes, where we create a permanent corruption that people can play afterwards. Still fun to look at though. And I believe different engines can make this work a little bit better. Like we're working with the Nightmare engine right now, which just corrupts a bit of data. We can use the Hell Genie engine, which permanently changes the value until it runs out of how to phrase that. It uses a cheat engine essentially, and cheat engines usually, wow, look at that, save a value and keeps overwriting the game with that value that you chose, which can be processor intensive because you're writing the same value over and over and over again, but you can have interesting results like this, where half of Mario is, I don't even know what this is, he has a severe hunchback in the front of him? You know, I even want to mess with this, so let's do this. So we're going to stay with the Hell Genie engine, where we create a cheat, essentially. We're going to blast it with intensity 2, and we're going to back over the glitch harvester over here, and blast data. So here we get half a Luigi. Kind of neat. Not amazing, though. Here we... wow! Is the back of Mario Piranha Plant? God. Oh, it got bigger. I like that one. I'm gonna keep that one. I gotta figure out how to spell piranha though. Piranha? How do you spell it? No, I spelled it totally wrong. Piranha. Oh God, is that Luigi? Oh God, no. We're gonna put this over here, and we're gonna call this Piranha Mario. Piranha Mario, that works. Doesn't need to be super complex. And now we should be able to load that. I want to take a look at that again. God, look at that. Since we have so many screen tears and so many things messing up at once, like the Goombas all messed up, the mushrooms all messed up, we can try doing smaller values with this intensity to hopefully narrow down the corruption we get. We don't affect so many other things. So let's bring it down to like 20. Might be a good idea. We might have to blast it. No, that was right off the bat. And now we don't have... oh yeah, we do. We still have intense screen tears and mess-ups. This looks like Mario had a twin. Oh, look, it looks like a tiny Mario. Oh, it's disgusting. Alright, we're gonna save that one. Um, I'm gonna be googling a lot of stuff today. What's that called with the Siamese twins? Conjoined? Yeah, conjoined twin Mario. I'm not sure if I offended anyone there. I might have. I'm sorry if I did. Conjoined twin Mario. Great. Let's continue. And I like the Mario one, so I'm going to keep messing with that until we get some interesting results with the Mario sprite that we can overwrite over and over again. So we're going to keep trying to corrupt that here. This one looks like he has front of Bowser. In front of him is Bowser. It's just a bigger him. It's like Mario's conscience. Yeah, stay the same, alright. There's a product plant one. God, why is it so common? Alright, we're not getting too many things. We're gonna up the intensity to 200. Clear history. I don't know what that is. Three. I don't like it. Alright, reset. Not super interesting. Luigi becomes egg. I don't even know what the creature is. What is that? Oh, I love it. Look at that, that's Luigi. He's running upside down. Oh, I love it so much. That's awesome. Is it bigger? Nope, he just kind of dies it. His head becomes a 1. Does it go back to normal like this? Yeah, it goes back to normal like that, okay. Oh my god, everything else is seriously fucked up, but we're gonna save this one. If I was creating great corruptions where I wanted just that Mario and Luigi to go into the corruption and nothing else, you can go through and what would they even be called? It's called, there's a certain name for it. It's like cleaning your corruptions or washing them or something. That's if you wanted, I don't know, if I was giving them to Vine Sauce or Vinny or something like that, where I really wanted them to be good quality and I don't want them to really create a bunch of other problems, I would clean my corruptions just so they had that one specific aspect in them. We're gonna call this two-player single. Two-player. No. Luigi co-op. Yeah. Okay. Oh, it's even on this. No, it's on the screen. No, what is on the screen? Is that his hat? Cappy? Oh, it's almost the same thing, but Luigi's just a dark noir actor. You might notice a little bit of FPS drop. I'm sure if I look on Twitch, it's just dropping intensely because it's just overriding so much data each iteration. In fact, we can... No, can't do that. Never mind. I'm going to decrease the intensity down to 100. Just to see if we can limit that a little bit. No, it's going to continue being kind of hard to run. Corruptions are a lot of restarts until you get an interesting result. Nope, go back. What was that last one? Is that another upside down Luigi? I don't know what that is. Luigi is always constantly judging you, staring you down. I should be keeping an eye on my bit rate. I'm not actually. Oh well, that should be alright. I like this one too, even though I have a couple of these, and we might stop doing these ones, but just one last one. judgmental Luigi, because he's always looking at you. Alright, so that's with the Hell Genie engine with the object files. We're going to go back to our clean state. So here. I must have slowed down the emulation. That's what's probably going on. Let me see. Because it's too slow. Yep, just slowed it down to 75%. I gotta disable that. There's a button that does that. I don't know which one. Now it's running properly. Actually, I'm curious about those other ones did. Judgmental Luigi. Yep, perfect. Luigi, go up. Yep, okay, great. Load a perfect state. And now we're gonna mess with the HRAM. I'm not sure what HRAM is, so whatever results from this could be interesting. It could crash instantly, like it is. Oh. Is this movable? Oh, that's wrong. Wow, I like that model. That's... Wow, so we don't need very high intensity for this. I'm going to create a save state, which I didn't already have within BizHawk. Just so I can, sort of prototype, see if this works alright. What am I doing wrong? Ooh. It is causing a lot of crashing, so this is one I wouldn't specifically do with another memory pool selected, because this is usually going to be the culprit for why it crashes. However, it is producing some fun results. So I think we're going to start throwing this to the stockpile. What you're going to do now, we'll keep the intensity at 100, and see if we get some interesting results from this. Let me kill my history, we get a lot here. Wow, that was a cool one. Results. Do we beat it? Coins? None? Yeah. 0 score. Is that it? Alright. We're gonna blast send. Nothing. Nothing. We might even need to lower the intensity, which I'm gonna do in a sec if I don't get anything here. Yeah, nothing here. Alright, we're gonna load the intensity down to 20, which should be fairly low. Hopefully get some less crashes. This would be good if it wasn't so kind of glitchy, because it removed... What happened there? So this one... Oh, I would want to save this one and clean it up after the fact, because there's a lot of good stuff going on here. A, Mario moonwalks, which is amazing. B, he can't jump. I guess that was a Goomba there. Why wasn't there Goomba before, though? Oh, okay, because he came over the bridge. But jumping actually does work, but you just can't see it. Oh, that's super interesting. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna keep this. I love it. It's too bad none of the sprites are showing up. But let's say this one. This one's still pretty fun. If I was to clean it, I would bring the sprites back into the game, so I would see if what's corrupting that, so they're still in the game. I would also see if I can do a little less screen tearing. I would just keep that jump function where he doesn't actually move his position, which is fantastic. Jump man forgot how to jump. And I'm going to definitely make a note in this corruption, so we want to talk about a couple things. A, jumping does work. However, Mario's vertical position does not change, yet you can still jump obstacles. obstacles. I hope I spelled that right. I'm not gonna correct that. And actually, that's really all that is worth noting, because I was gonna just talk about the visual effects, but it doesn't matter that much. Cool. So we'll save that, which is it's over. Where we go? All right, let's blast more data. We actually get the same one. Look at that. We did this. Yeah, we did it properly. I like that one. What happened there? So I didn't control any of that. Oh, it's just the Jumpman again. So I almost find that interesting. That's almost awesome, because Mario gets like a running start, which is super interesting. But outside of that, we would have corruption where he does the same exact thing. Maybe if I delete the jump and forget how to jump, because it's the same thing. But it's not that interesting corruption, so we'll just blast and send it again. Oh, nope, it's bad. I did also notice we're still on random tilt blast type. I'm going to try just tilt because I'm curious how that's affecting this. So we're going to switch this back to tilt and blast more data. Because perhaps tilting it or doing random corruptions or random bits of data was crashing more often, and we want to identify which one's the more interesting one. Or maybe they're both interesting, who knows? Yeah, I was guessing the tilt one seems to be messing with Mario's actual position and how it blits onto the screen. That's why he's being a jump man without the jump. And actually, I think that's really what we're gonna see with the tilt values. So let's try just random values now, which hopefully results in more of those weird ones like this. So Mario's just ice skating this one. Well, this one isn't. Oh, he just goes through stuff. Oh, entirely. He goes over all obstacles. Yeah, I kind of like that one. That's an interesting moving pattern. So we'll do Mario practices ice skating. And we see Luigi after that, so let's see if he has anything interesting going on. He just has the Jumpman broken problem, so no worries there. We'll blast in some more data. Yeah, I don't even know what that is. Alright, we'll blast in some more data. Nothing interesting here. Oh, that was a little weird. Evil soundtrack. Cinematic camera. Oh, the camera couldn't keep up, but now he can keep up. Alright. Nothing. Alright, we're going to try higher intensities now that we're doing the random blast type, because we know that's usually producing the more interesting values. We'll bring that intensity up to 100 down here, and we'll blast more data. Let's also clear our history. I also did notice this is still with the Nightmare engine. Oh, I was thinking it's the Hell Genie actually. Now that I mention it, I'm curious what the Hell Genie produces. Wow, I don't even. That's a good one. Minus the flashes. That's. Oh, I should stop that. Here, I'm gonna save that one, but I'm also gonna. Ooh. I'm also gonna. For the next minute, if you have a huge epilepsy warning, because I'm gonna be messing with that. Oh, this is the stream because I don't want to manipulate it while people just jump in. Can I just drag it over without running it? No. Alright. Quickly. Oh, I should be able to pause it. That's what I'm going to do. No, I'm sorry. There we go. Pause it. Send it over. Luigi messed up. Now, Luigi failed. Just say epilepsy warning. Well, necessarily need to in the file. Luigi failed. Thor is angry. There we go. Okay, cool. Let's blast and send more data. I'll get on pausing. This is like a constant Mario dab. I hate naming stuff that, but Mario dabs. Yeah, that's right. Did he ascend or did I stop him? No, he just stopped. Shoot. Video game system. Correct. This is a video game system. We may want to knock the intensity down since this is a little bit much for the Hell Genie. Which I think we're going to do now. So we'll knock that down to 15. Just so we crash a little less often. Oh, does this work? It's almost like a mirror world. So that's not too interesting to look at. Otherwise, that's worth a save. Oh man, this one's good. Mario's presented with one cube. He knows his job, but he can never hit it. Oh, I can't even jump now. Not seeing too many things that are interesting. Ooh. Okay, well that's a neat one, and I do want to incorporate that one. The context doesn't make enough sense, unfortunately. But that is pretty damn neat. We're gonna lower the intensity some more, bring it down to 30. Lots of crashes, look at that. Huh. Well, we'll try really bringing the Hell Genie down to like 10. Apparently doesn't like corrupting HRAM very much. Oh, HRAM, hardware RAM. Why didn't I get that before? This one's almost just interesting. I would put like heavy winds hit the Mario Kingdom or something like that, but there's not a lot to do here, which you want to do stuff, so let's not do that. No, I like that one. That's our first ascension, which I dig it. So, Mario. There's not a like canonical god in the game. Maybe Mario becomes Lakitu? I don't even know how to spell Lakitu. Mario ascends. Simple and to the point. And again, while there's not a lot to do in that one, it was still visually interesting. And because that was so damn hard to do. Wow, that was almost amazing. What? So EF, and the second you move, everything breaks. The second you move past a certain point, you can... Oh, alright. That's cursed, we're not gonna mess with that. Well, again we ascend. And this one I might even like better. Because you have a lot more control over it. So I might even delete the previous one in favor of this one. Let me try that again, just to make sure. But thinking of the other one is so clean, like it's just a clean ascension. Where was that one? It's at the top. Mario ascends. There it is. The reason it's clean is because it happens so fast. You know, let's remove this one in favor of the other one. It's just better because it's a little bit slower and you have a sec to play it. Mario ascends. I'm also not sure if I'm spelling ascends right. Type it over here. Yeah, okay. Alright, blast more data. Oh, wait a minute, that was neat. That was like a kaleidoscope. Yeah, I like that one. Even though, again, there's not a lot to do, but this is a neat kaleidoscope effect. This is what I think is going on. I also forgot how to spell kaleidoscope. I'm using some tricky words today. Your voice are tricky to me. Cool. Kaleidoscope. Here's the advantage of using the glitch harvester is you can go back when you saw something neat, but you accidentally quickly got rid of the corruption, is you can go back and load the save state, still check out what's going on. And that's something I like doing, as opposed to when I was doing the real-time corruptions. I would try to rewind it, and I would go a little too far, and then the corruption was lost. Kaleidoscope, yeah, just name it that. Easy as can be. Alright, more data. What? Shoot, once again, out of context, this isn't amazing. But it was amazing for the time being. This is amazing live. Because I don't know what any of this means. I think it's one of the mini games that are in the other part of the cartridge. I've never played Deluxe. This was just in my pack of Game Boy games. Oh, this is like a Earthquake. It was in my pack of not Earthquake games, Game Boy Color games, and I didn't have the original Super Mario Bros in there, so I decided, yeah, why not? We'll try this one. It still has the original game in it, so. We'll name this. There's not a lot to do here, but it's still kind of neat. Mario Experiences and Earthquake. Kind of basic, but that's alright. I'm trying to decide if I like this or not. I can call it something like Parallel World or Mirror World. Does this work? Oh, that's interesting. Mario Mirror. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna have a lot in the stockpile. I was worried about having too little, like my tennis stockpile with this. I'm having a lot in this one. Oh, that was a neat one. And again, we're using the Genie engine, so we might notice a little bit of FPS drop. That's alright. I don't have any drop frames, so anything you're experiencing, I'm experiencing too. Oh, I don't like that. Pause menu just lost it. I think we're allowed to up the intensity a little bit. Let's bring it up to 15. Oh, shoot. Almost amazing. So what happened there was I hit right on the joystick and he went left. I would have loved inverted controls. I should mess with that domain, but I don't even know where that memory pool is. I should click my history, or I have a lot here. Oh, but there's another ascension. The neat thing about this one is you can still move around. There's a lot of ascensions. Oh, but this one you freeze if you go back. Oh, no, you stay. Now I'm having trouble. I would like to do an ascension 1 and ascension 2. Let me check. Does this one allow you to move in the air? Because while it's slow, you hit a certain point and it all breaks. No, I think we're still good to go with this one, and I prefer the slow movement up. Yeah, we are. We're getting the old one. Oh, that was weird. It's a game over. Or mode. Ew. Alright. This would be amazing if everything of the level except for everything on Mario's height was on the bottom of the screen. I would love that. Where... Oh, you can't see my mouse on BizHawk, but... You can probably picture what I mean. Everything on the bottom there was just the remainder of the screen. Oh, that would be a fun game to play. I say fun, ironically. Oh, the camera doesn't know what to do here. Can't decide if I like it or not. I don't like it. Alright, I'm curious if the last one worked properly. This one. If I could just barely outrun it, I would love this, like a strong gale force winds, but nah. Can't go forward. That's a crush it. Well. Oh. If it was controllable. Error 0 mode. Are we almost there? He can only go forwards, so I'm not happy about that. And he can't jump very high. Alright, not happy about it. The idea isn't to fill the stockpile with just random stuff you can't play. You wanna enjoy playing it. Want some neat stuff going on. Alright, I think we clear engines. That's what I want to do. So we're going to clear history. We're going to switch engines up here from Hell Genie. We're going to try... Usually I don't have very much luck with distortion because distortion takes memory that was written a couple seconds ago, say 30 steps ago, and writes it back again. So you'll see some interesting stuff like characters flying back to their original position or sprites that aren't supposed to be blitted at a certain time, blitted back, lots of stuff like that. Manually, this can be very fun, where, let's load Bizhawk, and try manually setting distortion. Now we might not get anything with manual blasts, but what we will get is auto corrupts, where you can kind of already see the camera's getting all messed up. Mario can't jump properly because he keeps getting taken back to his original position. We can increase how many steps it takes before it backs up the data, just so we can make it a little bit further. We'll try 120. Now Mario can now jump properly and run a little bit, and then he gets all messed up and gets taken back. So this can have some fun results. However, usually, at least in my experience, it hasn't had much luck with manual blasts. Because right now we're just auto-corrupting, so we're taking every single bit of data that comes through every, looks like one step here. One step. And writing it back to those 30 seconds ago. If we wanted, we could even increase that to like 5 seconds. Or 10 seconds. Not seconds, I'm saying seconds, or steps, which is like instantaneous, but every 10 steps we write data back, so then we can make it a little bit further, and we'll get interesting results of that. But again, manual blasts, we could try, and again, with the glitch harvester, we only get one manual blast, and then the game just runs as normal, or however the corruption applied works. So sometimes we get some interesting stuff. Let's try a very high value. We're going to try like 4,000 and try manual blasts. Lots of no Mario, which isn't appealing. I want Mario on the screen if we can have him. Let's knock this down to 2,000. But again, I'm really not seeing too much. Maybe I can knock down the distortion delay to like 20. And that just has no effect, really. Yeah, so not too much fun with the distortion delay, at least for glitch harvesting. They're fun for manual corruptions. They're great for manual corruptions. We're gonna try the freeze engine. Same thing with the freeze engine. I'm not entirely sure how it works. I think it freezes the ROM for half a second, and I'm not even sure it freezes the memory place. That's something you have to look up. Check out the real-time corruptor tutorials. But we're gonna try it, see if we get anything interesting with that. This one's fun. Mario can't jump, and he also can't move. Oh, and he can hit mock jump. So we're getting a lot of messed up movement. Let me try and knock the intensity down so at least we can walk around a little bit. So let's do 800. This one's like that earthquake before. Nothing. And again, we're just affecting the HRAM pool for the moment. We could also affect the other ones, like the object, like what we did earlier with the sprites. Freezing sprites doesn't seem to do much, and hardware seems to just be affecting how the controls work, which is what we're doing just a second ago with HRAM. We can also try WRAM with the freeze engine, see if that messes anything up. Oh, it's gonna mess up the music, alright. Maybe we need a higher intensity. 2,000. Nothing. Alright, not too much luck with that. unfortunately. I am curious how the distortion engine works on the WRAM, so we're gonna try that. Really nothing too much, so we won't worry about that. We can see how it works with the video RAM. Shouldn't be too much going on. Other than those screen tears. You know, not even that's working. I'm curious. This is the distortion engine. Let's try Genie and make sure this writes properly. Yeah, we still get some mess ups, alright. Clear history. We'll go back to our load save state. Oh, and it sounds like I slowed it down again. Did I do that? Config speed. Yep. 100%. Here we go. We haven't messed with cart RAM yet, and I'm curious what that does, so we're going to manually select that and blast it with 2000. It appears it's not doing too much. We're going to try auto crop to see if it does stuff over time. And we're actually not seeing anything at all. It could just mean that either the memory that would normally be associated within the cart RAM pool is allocated somewhere else, or that this game simply didn't take advantage of that memory sector. Didn't take advantage of any cart RAM capability, maybe didn't even have the capability. All are possibilities. So we won't worry about using that engine, or I'm sorry, that memory pool. We are going to mess with HRAN some more because that's fun to mess with, and we're going to switch over to the pipe engine. I want to see how this works with manual blasts. Looks like nothing for the pipe engine, so we're just going to ignore it. I'm sorry, for the vector engine. The pipe engine should have something. At least something. Yeah, because we immediately see it's having some results here and there. Alright, so it's going to corrupt with the pipe engine and see if we get anything interesting. I think we're going to need a much smaller corruption intensity, so we'll bring this down to 1000. Almost in his engine, but he stops at the clouds. Versus. No. Let's try a lower intensity. We're crashing a lot, not having amazing results with it. We're gonna do 800. I like that one. That one just keeps bringing you back to the Goomba. Does it crossover saves too? It does, look at that. You just cannot get past that Goomba. What should we name this? Try getting past the Goomba, try getting the mushroom. Mario with this and portal technology. Deja vu, that's what we should call it. I'm going to call it. Can we add special characters? No, we can't. We're just gonna use the terrible English spelling. Alright. Clear history because we got a lot going on. And blast sound. It sounded like a sword there for a moment. Ooh! This is a triad. Oh. Let's bring that back. I'd save this if Mario was still on screen, because the jumping is amazing. But you just can't have a Mario there. Yep, loud. Sounds like a turning signal. We're getting a lot of crashes. We're gonna knock down the intensity even more. Bring it down to 500. Surprisingly, we're getting a ton of crashes even when we knock down the intensity. No, what was that last one? Oh, almost amazing. Alright, we're gonna try switching gears here again. We're gonna go back to the Nightmare engine, and we're gonna try mixing HRAM and WRAM together. And seeing how that results in. So since we're messing with hardware RAM, we might not be able to walk too often, which is unfortunate, but perhaps we can do a lower intensity. Yeah, we're gonna need to. Or bring it down to 150. Nah, even that's a bit too much. I think with WRAM we had it at such a low value. Wasn't it like 20 or so? Let's try that. 20. Alright, nothing too interesting happening. We're gonna do all memory domains, and we're just gonna do low corruptions from this point on to see if we get anything interesting. Everything but VRAM. I don't want to mess with VRAM. And if you're tired of hearing this song for over an hour, I'm right there with you. I should complete the level and go to the next stage. You know, yeah, why not? Why not? Let me go give it a try. Okay, we'll start here. We'll make a new save state within the glitch harvester. So select saves 2 and hit save. And now we'll up the intensity to about 50 and start blasting or selecting memory pools. What's that? Oh, it's just Mario upside down. Alright, we are going to try tilt values. So swap the tilt. Yeah. Alright, let's see here. Let's try Hell Genie with all these memory pools selected. Unfortunately, lots of crashes. We're gonna actually take off WRAM. I'll keep OEM and hardware RAM and cart RAM selected. And we'll blast it with a little bit bigger amounts of data here, with about 1,000. There's one of these memory pools that just cannot take 1,000. I'm not sure which one it is. Let's try object. It's probably cart RAM. To be honest with you, I didn't work too much with that. Is it cart RAM? No, cart RAM's alright. Try object. Oh, this is Hell Genie, so we're writing currently. I forgot about that. But overall, OEM seems fine, so it's hardware RAM that's crashing, I think, unless it's a combination of all three. Yeah, hardware RAM can't take that much data. It's always gonna crash here. Alright. So let's try OEM, cart RAM, and WRAM. But you don't trust anyone, not even yourself. We can do a much higher corruption here, and we're also going to switch our blast type to... Right now we're using spread to evenly spread between the memory pools. We're going to try chunks of memory. So chunk. Oh, and we're going to switch from... We don't want to do LG for this, we're going to use Nightmare. And we'll switch it back to random. Let's try higher intensity. We'll bring it up to 6,000. Just because I want to start seeing some results. That might have been too high. Okay, not terrible. I like to mess with WRAM some more. We'll keep it on chunk, and yeah, off the bat that's not bad. Can we jump? And since we see an instantaneous result with this, we can understand that it's dividing the memory that we're sending between the various memory pools. In this case, we're just doing 6,000 intensity straight towards WRAM, which is a lot of intensity. So that's why we're going to get interesting results like that off the bat, as opposed to spreading it between everything. Congratulations. I don't feel like I won. Alright. Great, won again. Alright. Oh, shoot. That was the wrong song. Let's try from Blast Type from Random. We'll switch to Tilt here. That just sounds creepy. Little Metroid Prime. Alright, so Mario gets stuck here. And you move Mario. Alright, I almost want to save that one, but it's not interesting enough. Oh, lots of repeated crashes. Jeez. Did Mario have no head? He lost his head. Became paper. Jesus. I don't think I've ever had negative 12 Y coins before. Let me knock the intensity down a little bit. We'll bring it down to 4,000. Okay, was that Mario with Luigi's face? That's what I thought it was. Oh, I wish this ran. I wish I had an entire game where it was just that. Or vice versa, Luigi with Mario's face. There'd be some interesting story behind that, for sure. Lots of crashing. It's probably because we're using tilt. Let's try a random tilt. Oh, we got fire ability. Nothing else. Stuck in a wall. Alright, let's try switching all of this to now the hardware RAM, so HRAM again. We'll try blasting that. I don't think it can handle 4,000 intensity, so we might need to knock that down a little bit. Miss! Oh, I also want to save that one, but unfortunately, there's no context to it. Oh, that just brought us back a level. And Mario moonwalks in this one. What? The big Mario is just two Marios in disguise. it's just two Marios stacked up. Alright, I want to save this. Man, how do we begin with this? So this is two small Marios. Two small Mario equals big Mario. And I definitely have to put some notes in this one. So I gotta write out a note. Scroll down here. Scroll down. Okay. And we'll put in a note. How do we note this? Is that just where it brings us? Just immediately to the cell? Yeah. I love it. Who's your big ability to see the corruption? I don't really know what to call that. Big ability. Big mushroom ability. We will call that good. And let's continue. The ones where Mario's just sitting here seemingly doing nothing, I'm testing to see if I can move him, but I can't, so he's stuck. So we assume that's a crash. Lots and lots of crashes, which is alright. We'll knock down doing random, so we'll go back to random, which we know we can do higher values of intensity, so we'll try 8,000. Or do we know we can do higher values of intensity? We might not be able to. Yeah, we can. Alright, we'll try 2,000. 2,000. It's tricky corrupting the hardware RAM because if I do too low of a value, it will just be the controls, and I want to overwrite a little bit past the controls in memory. Yes, a little bit past that, I mean. But we might need to go a little bit smaller. We'll try 600. We're getting some interesting visuals, but still crashing, unfortunately. We'll go even smaller. Let's go down to like 100, I guess. A lot of guess to check. Kinda looks like a shitty demo that you would play at like a store. Oh, what are those called? Yeah, actually, it does kind of look like one of those where like the background moves and you're supposed to make the character jump around and stuff. I don't even know what those are called. Otherwise, I would name this after it. Alright, let's continue along. And that was one of the ones where I messed with just the hardware controls, unfortunately. So nothing too interesting. Oh, what that quacking sound was. Let's do 2 Mario again. Speed Mario. Alright, nothing too much. We're going to switch to Object RAM with Hell Genie to see if we can corrupt Mario's sprite, which we can immediately. But we'll see if we get an interesting result here. We're going to need higher values of corruption, so we'll bring it up to 2,000. He's become the brick. Unfortunately, you won't see too many contingent objects, like one full squid or one full brick. Just because it's kind of randomizing what's getting placed there. Alright, well, not too much with that. Let's try. Let's see. Can't do anything with Kart Ram. Don't want to mess with the ROM. Try to drive an OAM. Yeah, I think we're nearing the end, unfortunately. Let's see, we got about 20 minutes left. Let's see if we can do anything else. I'll do Vector Engine on the OEM, which shouldn't have any interesting results. It doesn't. Yeah, Pipe Engine should have interesting results, but it's going to be very breaky, so we'll try that. Oh, we're not going to try it on OEM though, because these results won't last very long. He's got a Death Mushroom one. Let's try... Oh, we're also doing this in chunk style. Let's try Burst Style. Let's do this on WRAM, and we'll switch back to the Nightmare Engine and try that. Oh, I also increased the speed, I think that's why he's moving so fast. Let's see, I can knock that back down. Speed, yep, 150. Let's bring it back to 100. There we go. Now it sounds normal. Okay, nothing too interesting. Let's try. Bring this back to spread. And now let's give that a go. Lots of good sound corruptions, but nothing amazing to put into the stockpile. Let me try messing up. Kart Ram I don't think we're having any luck with. It doesn't seem to really have any effect, which I don't believe that memory pool's being used. Yeah, no effects there. Alright, I think I am just about ready to wrap things up. What I'd like to do is actually go through the stockpile and look at everything we made. Just to take a look at everything. And that's what we're going to do. So starting off, we have Kaleidoscope. Neat little Kaleidoscope effect in World 1. Then we have Blighting Dilemma. Blitting Dilemma. I even said it wrong. Where Mario moves in place and everything moves around him. Not fantastic, it was one of the first ones we did. We have Conjoined Twin Mario, where there's a tiny Mario growing outside the back of regular Mario, which just looks frankly terrible. Even has a little eye, look at that. We have Judgmental Luigi, where Luigi is constantly judging you by being in front of you. staring you down. Everything you do is looked over by Luigi. We have Jumpman forgot how to jump, where he can jump. Still get over obstacles, he just doesn't really know how to jump properly. Come on, Jumpman. We have Luigi ate the wrong mushroom. Another one I'm not extremely happy with, but it has some interesting results like this, if you're able to get to this, where he's just a silhouette. And he just becomes a silhouette for the rest of the game. That's pretty neat. We have Luigi Co-op, where there's Mario, but Luigi joins them, and he's always there on his back. So it's co-op adventure in single player. We have, by the way, epilepsy warning for this next one. We have Luigi failed, Thor's angry, which was just randomly... this came up in World 1-1, and Thor became angry, and he started, you know... Zeus. I'm thinking of Zeus. Let me rename that. But let me get rid of it first. Can I rename? I can. I gotta select it though, unfortunately. Okay, go back. Alright, cool. But this one's Mario's Dabs, which is... I hate naming it that, but... Oh, it doesn't even look like he's doing that now. Oh, it does if you run. Yeah, okay. Mario Dabs. I have to make a note that you have to run right. I wouldn't even remember that. Run right. Yeah. Alright, we have Mario the Monolith. Which from 2001 A Space Odyssey, they had a monolith up here in front of all the apes. Kinda reminds me of that. Maybe it doesn't remind you. That's cool. Whatever. We got Mario and Cloud9. Oh man, I didn't know he died so fast. That's right though. Anyways. We got Mario Practice Ice Skating. Where it's just Mario ice skating. You can go back, you can go forwards. There are no obstacles, it's just all scenery. Oh, except for the Goomba that was there. Never mind. We have Piranha Mario. Another Mario looking glitch where I believe that's a piranha plant in the back of him. It looks like a piranha plant to me. Lots of visual tearing on this one, unfortunately, but it came out alright. We have Mario Ascents, which Mario just reaches for the clouds, move around a little bit beforehand. But then eventually he reaches the clouds and he's unreachable. We got Mario experiences an earthquake, which if you move around a little bit, he instantly starts having an earthquake. Kinda neat, not amazing. Yeah, whatever. We got Mario Mirror. Anything you do, like you jump, you reach the top, which is now the bottom, which is a little confusing. Oh wow, you can even look down there. What I would have loved if that bottom section was inverted, or stuff that was on the top screen bled into the bottom screen. That would have been amazing, but yeah, you take what you can get. We have Deja Vu, which I forget what this one is. Oh, that's right. If you try to get past a certain section, you get getting brought back to the beginning. And you can never pass a certain section, so you feel Deja Vu. And last we have two small Marios equals a big Mario. Where if you get hit by a Goomba, which is invisible, but still there, we realize that Big Mario is really just two Marios under a trench coat. And that is the stockpile we made today. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause this music here. And let me pull up some more music. I want to be sure I save this before I forget. So while I'm pulling up music, I will be saving this when you do that. It's awful coming up with music on the spot. Let's do this. This is Memories to Tokyo, 2 Mellow, tribute to Jet Set Radio. I'm going about the intermission here. That's it for the night. Let me be sure I save the stockpile before I do anything else. Okay, great, perfectly saved. Alright, so I'm gonna make the stockpile available. I already did one last night for Mario Tennis on the Game Boy Advance, and that stockpile's already up if you want to check that out, or check out the stream, either or, both works. That would be a Google Drive link. I was debating it, mention that down a little bit. A couple of file sharing services, but Google Drive seems to be the best bet because they have the virus scanning, and if you're a little shaky about downloading it, they can check it for you. It's just a zip folder. This one will be the same. After this gets uploaded to YouTube, I'll go and upload the stockpile. You can download it, play it, do whatever you want with it. I think I have a readme in there just saying if you want to use it for creative purposes, just mention my name. You're good to go. But otherwise, yeah, kind of a shorter stream today. I'm feeling a little sick. I got my voice is a little raspy. But thanks for stopping by and have a good night, everyone. Also host someone at the end here. It looks like one of my buddies is currently playing, so we'll host Wasabi Tonic. Or we might not. Let me... Should be hosting other people. I have him on my auto host already. Let me see if I can find anyone else. Oh, sure, we found someone. We're gonna host someone playing Luigi's Mansion, which I just played about a day ago. Alright, thanks again everyone for stopping by. We'll go and start this host in a moment here.
Well, that scared the shite out of me. TechSupportSparky, thank you for the host. Thanks for making me jump. Always appreciate a host. Okay. And what's in this one? Aha! I'll take that. I will take that. Folks, again, if you're having a good time, make sure to join us tomorrow night at 8:30 Pacific time for the 7th guest as our Halloween week continues here on Playing with Power. Retro Halloween and horror type games, as well as some requests on Wednesday. Thursday, WWE 2K18 with custom wrestlers. It's gonna be a fun week. He runs like he's a big fan of musical theater. Ooh, a key. I'll take that. Thank you very much.
Oh, this is saying that they're all chat. God damn it. No, oh, you guys.
I'm eating.